Forever. Dog.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh, surface of the sun hot.
Jesus. Oh, goodness. Well,
Ew, Chinese
welcome.
somebody.
Welcome back, Colloidal Silver. Welcome back, for another steaming, piping, scalding serving of
Hot Goss.
This, of course, is our weekly chat show where we talk about events in our lives, issues in politics, and take a deep dive into the DMs. So let's get into some
Hot Goss. Ooh, today is a wonderful day in the kingdom. We have so many special friends with us. The rabbit woman, Lady Bunny herself.
Lady Bunny is here, yeah.
Yes. Many have tried to imitate her, including a dumpster out back, but no one comes as close as her.
You don't call Alaska a dumpster.
Oh, wow. Actually, she filmed in the dumpster with Gia. They are dumpster queens.
Okay, well,
Done.
I'm so honored to be on your podcast for the first time. We've tried, and, I'm young. So I do a lot of podcasts and TikTok and stuff like that.
You're a TikToker, Bunny?
Hell no.
Oh.
Girl, the clock is tick-tocking on my fucking life as I try to navigate through the New York City epidemic of the coronavirus pandemic.
Time goes by.
Life goes by so quickly.
Yeah. No. Has it been hard keeping track of time with that sundial in your apartment, or are you using a clock nowadays? Are we analog? How's your quarantine going, Bun Bun?
Well, the really sad part is trying to, launch a new comedy special and having no audience other than mice and roaches who are not the most vocal or appreciative. And in fact, they don't even come unless I, put cheese.
You really have to use your mouth, huh?
Yeah. And I didn't mention gerbils. But anyway, the quarantine is bizarre. It's like I'm following the precautions. Although I really do not understand people's desire on social media to scold people who they see not wearing masks, because they took a picture last weekend of a lot of people down by the pier. Now, this used to be where the ballroom queens hung out. It is now a very yuppie area, and my neighborhood is a rich neighborhood with me, the last bohemian bum, left here. So I walk down to the pier every day and I see people sitting around. Some of them are with trainers. Some of them are, in masks or whatever. And people are, took that photo and, spread it all over the internet, and we're like scolding these people for not wearing masks. But, the thing about it is that, honey, Trump is the president. We're not a smart people. Okay, let's just get that. I mean, Joe Biden is not exciting many people either. So, we're not a smart people. And the fact is, my health is my own responsibility. So if I see somebody that's coughing while jogging, well, then I walk away from them. If I see people that are all sitting, together without masks on, well, then I walk away from them with my mask. That's my responsibility. I can't expect for people to do the right thing. It's like if a guy weighs, 90 pounds and has a syringe in each eyeball and wants to fuck me, it's my job to tell him to put a condom on.
Sharon's in New York?
So, there's I think that we have like a social media outrage drug to where it's like you're a better person if you lash out against the people who aren't following the correct mask, protocol. And let's face it, At first, the mask protocol has never been clear. In England, they're not even saying to use them. They said here at first, you do need them, then you don't need them, then you need the N95 one that is expensive, and then they said don't use that one because there's a shortage, and the nurses and the doctors can't even get it. Then they said you can make your own. So, I mean, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I don't. I mean, I follow the protocol, but I don't understand the joy that people seem to be getting out of scolding people, you know?
Everybody likes feeling right, and sometimes it's all that they can do is, point the finger because they're so helpless to do anything else. We all are. Now, I have a very important question.
Well, we're also scared, and we're scared. This is scary. So, there's nothing wrong with having a strong reaction, but I would rather walk away from the people than scold them. And being from the South, we say you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So maybe if they didn't see, I mean, someone put a picture up of 4 kids sitting in a circle in Central Park and posted, "Look at these assholes." I'm like, you don't know them. I mean, they
had their holes out in the park.
No, they were sitting in a glory hole. No, they were they may have been living in the same house and already be exposed to everything, and they're going to politely put their masks on after they get up and leave, and walk home. But it's like I saw a guy eating in the park with his fingers, and then he started licking his fingers, and I said, "Ooh, kinky." And I mean, now, I mean, I believe the guy was homeless. Was I supposed to take his picture and say, "Look at this asshole"? That may be his last meal. He doesn't give a fuck what the latest mask protocol is. He doesn't have a bed to sleep on. So we're getting very, very mean towards each other, and I wish we could see a little bit more sympathy,
Yeah.
Yeah. What color is your mask?
I have several, but it's
Will you give one to Alaska?
Thank you.
My mask is of Alaska. I've lost weight and I'm booked all over the world performing as her.
Oh, wow.
Wearing an Alaska mask. Isn't that ingenious?
I've been performing as you, actually. Have you seen any of the clips from my Stages show where I do a Lady Bunny bit?
No, I don't. I couldn't even get on stage it because I am stupid and I am old, and I don't understand why they would ask you for points.
Have you tried flashcards or?
Honey, somebody asked me about Bitcoin. I was like, "Do they have that at check cashing places?" I'm like, I'm not the one for the technology, but I have tried. I would love to see your impersonation.
Well, the biggest takeaway I had from doing this bit, and I was doing it on my living room floor right behind me, and I'm doing it sitting down, but I was still sweating and exhausted by the end. So the Lady Bunny experience, you're a beast. You're amazing.
Well, honey,
you run around that stage and spin, and you have to fucking memorize all the jokes that of your own voice saying it.
Well, I don't have to if I keep moving enough.
the hair whips.
That's right.
The wig glued to her forehead.
That's right.
Girl.
I don't miss those fucking wigs though.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully you will get on stage it soon, because don't you have a big new show coming up?
Yes, I do, but it's going to be on Voss Events, and
cool. I like him.
Well, I chose that because it can sit on there and live on there, so they can watch it later if they can't see, because there's so many now.
Yeah.
There's so many on Facebook and whatever. So yes, it's called Cuntagious, and it even has its own theme song. She's a cunt. She's a cunt. She's a cunt. She's a cunt. Contagious. So it's
a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit.
You did a show about Bianca?
Oh, wow.
She is mentioned, and it's coming out June 5th and on vossevents.com, and it's all new. It's all, I think there's one song I performed in one medley before, but I'm excited about it. And that crazy Christine?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
With 2 E's. She does a duet with me. And I've always
Oh.
wanted to work with her, and so glad that she is available because she is possessed, and
Everybody
Yes.
loves her.
she strangles this track, I tell you.
Yeah, Alaska played
That's
her in a
amazing.
RuPaul video for me, and she looked just like her.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was Christine-esque. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, today is a huge day in the Kingdom, Bunny. I'm really glad that you're here with us. There's a lot going on. First of all, season 12 finale happening tonight via Zoom, VH1.
Zoom.
Also, Lady Gaga released Chromatica, her long-awaited fucking gay dance album. So what do you
Rain
think
on
about
me.
these topics?
What
What do you think about these topics, Lady Bunny? Have you been watching season 12?
have I been watching seasons 1 through 11? No, but I see little snippets, here and there, and I don't think people should be so critical of RuPaul wearing that weird face mask because, from where I'm coming from, it was a hell of a lot better than the look he wore to the Met Ball.
Oh my God.
Honestly,
it was a lot campier too.
It was. You're right.
I mean, I had a theory that it would be futile for her to even attempt to get up in drag without like her team and everything. Did you guys like used to paint together in Atlanta when you were like coming up and stuff, like in the mirror and borrow each other things?
Oh yes, I mean, Rue was good at doing her makeup. She was, I mean, not like a precision makeup artist, but she was good at doing it. And Rue put me in drag once as Boy George with braided my own hair when he was wearing those like the Patrice Russian. I don't know if anyone gets that reference.
Oh, Patrice Russian, Soul Train with the beads, bitch.
Yes, exactly. So, forget me nots. That's for it. So he put me in those, like braids, like when Boy George was wearing that look, and I think I won $75 in a costume contest.
Oh wow, work.
Yeah,
work.
And then I think I got really drunk and spent the night at a homeless shelter as Boy George.
God.
Well, you've
Jesus.
lived, that's for sure. Would you like to come to our live stream next week? It's fun. We'll send you a password to watch it.
What is it?
It's a live stream.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean like trout in a lake? Oh, that sounds delicious. I'd fit right in because I'm fish, girl. You know,
Fishery.
whale is fish, honey. I'm fish. Okay, whale is
No,
fish.
I saw you at the edge of the water just snatching the fish right out with your bare paw.
That's right, girl.
Then you
What? No,
smother him in the wig.
No, tell me about the live stream. I don't know what it is.
It's a live stream of basically us live streaming the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race season 12 to see which of our new sisters is ascending to the crown.
Well, I don't think I should join you because I don't know that much about them. And, as someone who has worked on the New York club scene for years, I always knew that Sherry was a pervert. Oh, wait. Oh, that's Sherry Vine. No, I don't know Sherry. I never met Sherry Vine.
Shaded
I never met her.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Damn. Hey, Bunny, where can we get tickets for your show?
At vossevents.com, and it launches June 5th. And I don't know what the price is, but I think it's pretty cheap.
It's $9.99.
Just like the Star.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Are you going to have shoes on? Is it full body?
We all know that's RuPaul's full genius, is that she has got it to where she can walk out on the runway in a girdle, tuck, and heels, and then take all of it off and sit behind a damn desk and relax and enjoy herself. So I'm not at that level yet. So I did have heels on, and it's not easy to find a backdrop that can fit me with 6-inch heels, a 2-foot wig, and throwing my hand up over my head and not cutting, my hands off.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because
Oh
that's
my
where all the
gosh.
femininity is, in the grace of the fingers and the hands.
Yeah.
Really
you haven't seen my hands.
No, I did. They had
Honey,
barbecue sauce on them.
Not anymore, honey. I wash them every 5 minutes and they look like a fucking caveman's.
Atta girl. We're
Who's that itching them ashy hands? Ashy girl. Who's that itching them? She's ashy.
Honestly, my cuticles are like fringe right now. They're so frayed and bloody from washing my hands, sticking them in my pockets anytime I do have to go out so I don't touch stuff.
Oh, this is hard. Can you imagine not touching this face? How hard that is?
I can't imagine. I cannot.
I'm stupefied. We're gonna take a break. We'll see you in a little bit, Bunny.
Okay.
You know I love a Helix. I just got another one.
Feels like another one. And why wouldn't you? We love Helix.
Yes, not only is Helix a mattress that is so comfortable, but it also helps me get my best sleep. Help me sleep.
Help me sleep. Did you know a study Helix ran found that 82% of those involved saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle while sleeping on a Helix mattress? That is a big percent, okay? They've got high quality mattresses and a reputation to match.
I've been on so many mattresses from Helix. I've been on the Midnight Dusk. I've been on the Elite model.
Oh, yes.
I sleep cool. I sleep on my head. I sleep any way I want on Helix.
Exactly. And you don't want to miss out on this Memorial Day sale. Ooh. So here's how you get a Helix. You take the Helix Sleep Quiz,
check.
And based on your answers, they recommend one of their many different models. Mm-hmm. So if you like it firm or you like it soft, or if you run hot when you sleep, Helix has something just for you.
And you can rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. The Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress.
So do something good for yourself and get a Helix. Lay around all day, rest easy, and sleep well.
Go to helixsleep.com/drag for 27% off site-wide, exclusive for listeners of Race Chasers.
That's right. That's helixsleep.com/drag for 27% off site-wide.
Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they can know we sent you. That's helixsleep.com/drag.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. A reminder that whatever you're going through, you don't have to go through it alone.
You know, life is a journey, and honey, it's a long one. Some days feel good, and others feel a little bit overwhelming.
But having someone on your side to listen, to understand, and support you, that can make all the difference.
There is so much value in therapy. The stress relief, the understanding of your inner life, knowledge and perspective gained from the process. I really recommend therapy.
BetterHelp has quality therapists who work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S.
And they've got a therapist match commitment, which means you can focus on the therapy goals that you identify by filling out their short BetterHelp questionnaire. And of course, you can change your therapist at any time if your pairing isn't a match.
With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally.
And if you're looking for therapy in this new year, check out BetterHelp.
You don't have to be on this journey alone. Find support and have someone with you in therapy.
Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/drag.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/drag.
Chime is changing the way people bank. They offer the most rewarding, fee-free banking, and it's built just for you.
I don't want to interrupt here, but I want to chime in. They're not like traditional old banks that charge you overdraft and monthly fees. Plus, they have thousands of fee-free ATMs. There's nothing more frustrating than added fees when you're just trying to access your own money.
Exactly. So with Chime, you are not just switching banks, you are upgrading to America's #1 choice for banking with a Chime checking account.
And how about some of these benefits? All benefits here, honey. Get 5% cash back on a Chime card in a category of your choice, like gas, or groceries. And you get savings that grow faster with 3.75 APY. That's 9 times higher than the national average.
And don't forget, they also have Spot Me, which lets you overdraft up to $200 fee-free.
We all need to be proactive in our own finances and understand what our money's doing, and banking can be confusing. There's so many hidden fees and policies that are different at each bank, so you have to look out for you, and with Chime you can do that.
Yes, God, and don't just settle. Find what works for you and get the perks and benefits that are beneficial to your life. Check out Chime.
Honey, I did. I'm a Chime user, and Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today.
Head to chime.com/drag. That is chime.com/drag. It only takes a few minutes to sign up.
Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services provided for MyPay and Chime Card provided by Chime Bank Partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated annual percentage yield and cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required.
Checking account ranking based on a J.D. Power survey published October 20th, 2025. For more information on APY rates, MyPay, SpotMe, and travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures. We are back, and this
with
is
the rabbit woman.
Yes, the rabbit woman, the woman rabbit. We have, Lady Bunny has been so kind as to stay on for this segment, which is a segment where, it's called Let's Get Political.
I want to get political.
Let me see your policy.
Well, for the few listeners who are still here, I'm sure they're going to enjoy this segment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
I'm glad you stayed on for this segment because I know that you're very politically aware of what is going on in the world. And we've had some fucked up shit happen in the last few days.
Yes.
For instance, on Tuesday in Minneapolis, George Floyd was murdered by 4 police officers. And the footage has gone everywhere. And it's been circulating all over social media, the news, and
because the policeman had his knee on
yes.
is it George Floyd's
yeah.
neck for several seconds while people were
Minutes.
calling.
It was over 4 minutes.
Oh,
and
right.
then he stopped responding, and then his knee was still there more even after he was unresponsive. And by the time they got him on a stretcher, they loaded him. He was not moving. He was out. Basically, the knee on the neck was a blood hole or blood choke, they call it in jiu-jitsu, I think, and it cuts off blood supply to the brain. And worst of all, it was on the 2-year anniversary of his mom's death, who he was heard crying for as he died. It's the most heartbreaking thing since the last one that we saw with Ahmad. I watched that video and I was like, it felt like a snuff film. And then I saw something with a knee on a man's neck, and I almost hit the video, and I said, don't do that right now because you can't. You have to work, and it'll fuck up your whole day. And then I watched it later, and I cried.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, so this is not a new problem, and this
Exactly.
is not this is a problem which white people were forced to hear and understand and agree with black people that this has been happening since as long as we know because of cell phone footage. We can see it. And so
people haven't gotten more racist. They just started recording it.
Well, maybe racists have been emboldened by Trump. I think it's pretty safe to say that they have. Yeah. But what I want to say is that I watched a video with a nurse breaking down in her break room. She works in a COVID ward in New York City at a hospital in a poor neighborhood for people of color. Mm-hmm. She said there's no Black Lives Matter at this hospital. They are not getting the right treatment. I was appointed a new patient in a body bag who was already dead. And if I complained, I was moved to a different unit. So because I don't like to share sensational stuff without checking it, and it's always wise to check what happened right before the video that you are seeing, I sent this to my mother, a nurse, and 2 other nurse friends, and I asked them, I don't know, is this woman full of shit? I don't know, like, can you not put a defibrillator with a ventilator? I don't know, those terms. I think I probably will soon, but at this point, I don't. And, all the nurses I talked to said, yeah, it checks out. So here's what's going on. Black people are more apt to get COVID-19. If this nurse is right, that at least in some areas, they're not getting the right treatment. Ahmaud was shot by civilians, even though they had ties to the local the local
law enforcement and legislature, and district attorney,
the local DA, and because they had ties, they went to a second DA to be more impartial. They somehow had ties to them too, if I'm not mistaken. So they had to go to a third DA. So then, in addition to all that, Black people are being shot by cops.
Yeah.
What is the solution? What are we going to do? Is this going to be another thoughts and prayers like every gun violence incident happens? Of course, we're not going to count on change from the KKK affiliated President Donald Trump. But Biden wrote the crime bill in '94 that locked up a lot of Black people, refuses to legalize weed, which most of the other Democratic candidates want. And if you really want to be honest, we became aware of Black Lives Matter, many of us, under the Obama years. What happened with him? Did he do anything except make speeches? So what is the actual action that we are going to do? We're in a pandemic. We can't even physically protest. Last night, there were protests in Minnesota, and there was looting and, rioting. And, I don't know. I mean, this is a powder keg. We're already at a tense moment. This has gone on. What are the politicians doing to say to end it? Because we can sit up here and talk about this and how awful it is. But if we don't have any solution to changing the way that these police forces work and admitting that it is not just a few bad apples, there may be other apples that are only slightly rotten because they permit it. And there are, I believe, I don't have the facts in front of me, but I've read a good bit, there are very rotten apples who may even, say you get promoted if you have an arrest quota, or if killing Black people is an unspoken policy. I didn't watch it, but someone had on Twitter like a training video for police to. Since I didn't watch it, I shouldn't even mention it. But all I want to know is, what is the solution? Is it a law? And what law is that? And what politicians are pushing it? And do we support them?
I have a solution. Do the same thing that Australia and a lot of European countries have done and take away the guns from people that are supposed to protect us. They're supposed to protect us, not hurt us. Australia took away the guns. A bunch of countries in Europe have taken away the guns from their cops and give them other measures to use instead of guns. And that's been helpful in those situations. America has one of the highest crime rates in the world because of the guns.
Yes, and some places refuse to put the police monitors on because this was 3 years ago or something, when they wanted the police to wear video monitors to show what they were doing, and they weren't using them. These incidents would happen when they would take them off, or they would just say, "Oh, it wasn't, recording at that time." So this. Who is going to? Okay, let's say that that's a great start. I don't know that is a great start, but who is proposing taking guns from policemen? It ain't Donald Trump, and it ain't Joe Biden.
It's going to have to be us. It's going to have to be the people, because I feel like once we start voting in people who share this younger and new generation's morals, which you also share, I think that those laws might start to change. I hope they do in the next like 5, 10, 15 years. Like I want this country to be better. I mean, it never was good, so I don't want to say good, great again. Like, Black people have endured 401 years of systemic racism from from like 1619, and then all of a sudden, since like 1961 or whatever, or I forget what year integration was, but like the last 61 years, they've supposedly been equal, but that's obviously not true, based on how the government and everybody else is treating them. So I hope we get new people in the government who know how to treat people equally.
Okay, but we can't hope that, because
Will you run for office?
We're never going to get that until someone is going to actually stand up and saying, I will not permit Black people to be killed by policemen anymore, and this is who I get to stand with me, and you vote for me, and then if that doesn't happen after you vote for them, which often happens with even politicians that we love, like Obama did not live up to many of his campaign promises, we have to hold their feet to the fire. We do not make any demands, and I'm getting all these interviews. I don't mean to switch the subject, but I'm getting these Pride interviews saying, what does Pride mean to you? Well, last year in New York, we had, corporations so heavily involved in the main gay pride that they're actually giving money to Republican and anti-gay causes, these corporations, and then they still want to come and party with us and act like everything is just fine, while they are actually undoing or seeking to undo our rights. So we got to cut out the bullshit. Hashtag love is love. That's not politics. That's something that you chant at a parade. We've got to make demands, because if we make demands, we get nothing, because every politician has got a lobbyist sitting in their ear telling them, hey, do what I want and you get money. I don't have that kind of money, and neither do a lot of Black people. So it's like we've got to make demands on people and say, I'm not going to vote for you unless you make demands. I was fascinated to see P. Diddy on Naomi Campbell's show say to Joe Biden, possibly because of his history in writing the crime bill and locking a lot of Black people up, we need to make some demands on you, Joe Biden, before we guarantee our vote. Gay people do too. Where do you even, what may I ask you, and Alaska and Willam, and then I will shut up, and let you, what are the big goals facing the LGBT community right now?
Equal rights and HIV, I think.
The equal rights, but meaning what specifically?
Transgender protections from the government federally, not rescinding our workplace protection acts that are only applicable in some states. I think 35 states you can still get fired for being LGBTQIA or however you identify. And HIV. Those are my more specific goals.
Right. I don't hear any politics. I don't hear any politicians screaming that from the rooftops. I don't see that on Rachel Maddow. Ever. And you're not going to see it on Fox News. So, we've got, what P. Diddy was implying is that we're going to make some demands on you, Joe Biden. You probably got our vote, but we're going to make some demands on you. And if you don't make them, if you don't at least pay lip service to them, we can withhold our vote from you. And that is the way that politics are supposed to work. It's not supposed to be, oh, Trump is so awful that we're going to go with anyone, even someone who exhibits many of the traits of Trump. But what I'm saying is that if you demand nothing, you get nothing. And this is for gay rights. This is for police brutality. Trans rights. This is for economic rights. I see so many posts on Facebook. When is my $1,200 check getting here? I couldn't figure out how to get into it. Where are the posts that say, hold on, government, I voted for you. I elected you. you do what I want, and I'm telling you that that's not enough. That's already spent before it gets here. Now, Bernie, Ed Markey, and Kamala Harris all proposed $2,000 a month and paid sick leave. Who's discussing that on the news? Who do you hear championing that? So that is what we need to live. Y'all know that there's not even going to be any audiences for a while. And baby, drag queens are the least essential workers on the planet. I remember. So all I'm saying is that we are not. We are outraged and we are shocked, but too often we're not really involved, and we're looking at the surface of things and just hemming and hawing and saying things like thoughts and prayers, and not actually saying, okay, if we want this gone, let's find the guy that has the history of getting it gone, hopefully not corrupt and can't be bought out. And well, we had Bernie, who marched with the Civil Rights Union in the 60s and chained himself to a black woman, but somehow Joe Biden was the favorite of black voters. I don't get it, but
I think the problem is the government not realizing what our issues are with the money and everything, because it's not affecting them, and most of them are rich white men. The majority of Congress and the House of Representatives is rich white men whose pay isn't being affected right now, whose probably their houses aren't being affected. They're not wondering what they're going to eat. So I think the way to change that, it's going to take a minute, but we have to vote in people who reflect our thoughts and values and who can't be bought, basically.
Well, okay. I don't understand.
You should run. You should run, honestly, Bunny. You're so smart.
Well,
and you have the hair for it. You already look like a founding father out of drag.
Benjamin Franklin on the Quaker Oats.
Oh
You want to see me out of drag? Just get a box of oatmeal. I was delighted to see pop culture figures like Naomi Campbell and P. Diddy being this strong and this aggressive, because, honey, that's what we've got to be, strong and aggressive, to take down a system that exists all over the country.
Well, we listen, thank you for fucking being on our show, because I love your perspective, and I'm grateful for that. We have to go to break right now.
No.
But before now, but before we do, in the specific case of George Floyd, there's a couple of things we can do, because the county attorney, Michael Freeman, has the power to charge the officers for murdering him. So there's a petition run by Action Pack. You can go to justiceforbigfloyd.com. There's another petition run by Color of Change that we can sign by texting Floyd to 55156. And there's a GoFundMe for his family.
If you have any extra coins, hit up the GoFundMe for George Floyd's family. It's gofundme.com/f/George Floyd. And we'll link those on our Instagram too. I think I linked some stuff on my Instagram yesterday. And if you're white, the least you can do is repost and actually do the things in the postings.
Yes.
Like the least. And like try to be an ally at all times and make sure that the right messages are getting out there.
I mean, I posted something on Instagram yesterday and some people came for me. It was a split picture, a meme of the cop with the knee on the head of the black guy that was killed. And then the other half was Colin Kaepernick. And it said, "This is why we take the knee." And so many people jumped down my throat to where this is a difficult conversation, but all I was trying to do is spread awareness. Now, did I do it in exactly the right way? Because some people, and listen, I don't believe everyone on Instagram, but they were saying I'm a person of color. The family does not want this image to be shared. And I was like, but this was an outrageous thing. And people need to see the outrageous image so that they know, so that they will become passionate about stopping something that's this gruesome. So, while I haven't spoken to the family and I don't know that is their wishes, it could just be somebody, it could be a Russian, imposter, on Instagram, just kind of trying to aggravate me. But sometimes the conversation conversation have been so tense that we don't even know when or how to weigh in. And I very much felt that. I mean, I thought that was a powerful, powerful image. Many people shared it when I posted it on Facebook, and then others jumped down my throat for posting it. So sometimes that does keep people who would want to speak out, from getting involved. And I saw such a touching thing from Latrice's husband where he talked about white privilege and how different it was, how he, when he and his husband, Mr. Royale, went out to stores and how differently Latrice was treated from how he'd ever been treated, before he was with a big black man.
Yeah.
I have the same issue with people in the comments that you sometimes have, Bunny. But my thing is, I know where my heart was coming from with my post, and I know where your heart was with that post. So I just stay out of the comments. Don't read the comments. You know what you were trying to do. But I don't know if it was Kendrick Sampson or Gabrielle Union or Logan Browning, somebody's Instagram that I was seeing, they were trying to explain why they didn't want to see that picture. And it's like such a trigger that they don't want to see it every single time, because every time they go outside, they're fearful of that. And that's a hard way to live for a lot of people. And I understand that. So I was just trying to post text stuff.
You were absolutely
but
right.
That
I
kind of image does shock
you,
people, and it needs to be seen sometimes.
I didn't know that what you just explained, that made more sense than what they were possibly trying to tell me yesterday on, Instagram. So
yeah.
So
plus, you had to hold that magnifying glass up to the phone to see and everything.
And I'm certainly not trying to say that white people should talk about these issues more than black people, or that white people are always right when they talk about them. But I do think more white people should talk about them, because there's more of us.
It's our fault. We were the ones that invented systemic racism. We have to talk about it now, so we can dismantle it, or try to.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to see your show, Bunny.
Yes, June 5th, we'll be tuning in. We love you so much. Give it up for
Thank
Lady
you.
Bunny, everyone.
Thank you. See you.
Bye. Ooh, who is this man?
Yeah, so...
Oh, damn!
Okay, so start us off here.
Oh, fuck, I'm bird watching.
Well, we are in a cave, and I did bring my binoculars.
Did you? Because there's some aviary life in here.
Oh, yes. So many birds to watch. Yeah. We are, of course, going spelunking, unking, deep inside the Dreams.
The first video are wait, where am I? Hold on. Oh wow.
Our first message is a video DM. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. That like they do on fucking Jeopardy. Okay. Our first message is from Craig. Okay, greetings, Alaska, Willam, and Big Dipper. My good friend Rohan and I always love it when you use the phrase pass around party bottom, PAPB for short, which you've so eloquently used in the past to refer to former Drag Race guest judge Jeffrey Moran. Recently, to celebrate my 40th birthday, Rohan had a cute tank printed for me as a present, and I thought you might like to see how it looks since you inspired it. Photos attached. Unfortunately, due to both my laziness and lack of regular practice, wearing it in public might be considered false advertising on my part. But regardless, I think it will be a talking point next time I wear it to a gay party. I have to explain to everyone what it means. To ensure priority, I have also included Drick pics. Love the podcast. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Craig from New Zealand.
First of all, as a font queen, I know that you'll be very pleased by this font. It's almost like a Miami Vice hard block font.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And what's it say? Does it say thank you next?
Says thank you next.
Yes.
So pass around party bottoms. Their motto is, and their song is thank you next, of course. And
it is a deep salute, Craig.
Deep salute. It is a turquoise with navy lettering and a red accent cursive font, which I find... I find very inspiring. Oh wait, that's his dick next to it. Never mind.
Well, yes, Willam, I know as a
Girl.
dick aficionado, I know that you will very much enjoy this dick pic,
I
which
mean,
is a full body picture.
He could have written this elegant font with that drick because he is uncut, so he could have used that as a quill, his foreskin. And it is big enough to get a two-handed grip on for sure, so he can control the fine precision of the calligraphy. The chest is hairy. There's 2 nipples. No scarring. No occlusions. He is Craig. You are a specimen.
Occlusions. And you look great, Craig. If that's what 40 looks like, bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah. The next message comes from Will. Hi, gals. My friend Tyler is a huge fan of the pod, and today is his birthday. He is a nurse and currently traveling to different states to work in emergency rooms that need more medical workers during the pandemic. I was hoping you could wish him a happy birthday. Love your hair. Hope you win. Thanks, Will. Happy birthday, Tyler.
Happy birthday to Tyler.
Thank you
for working on the front lines. Happy birthday to Tyler.
I'm actually the Will in this letter. It's my friend Tyler.
No way. Well, thank you, Will.
I was wondering how it got through without a dick pic. I'm like, now we're fucking singing telegrams. Okay, Cameo.
That's why.
Book me on Cameo, $69 a minute.
Wow.
Are you on Cameo, Alaska?
We are no, I'm not. I pimp myself out in hundreds of other ways though. So there are tons of ways you can send me money. Not that one yet, but who knows? Anus thing is possible.
I have another friend who's working on the front lines. His name is Dan Renzi. He was the first gay person I saw on TV kiss another gay man. He had a boyfriend in Real World Miami, which was I think 1992 or 1991. And I remember them like sitting on the edge of a dock in Miami kissing, and then something else he did in his season was he was like starting to model because he's tall as fucking and fine, and this girl named Rachel like opened up an envelope and it had like those old school like film stills that they're on like gels and they're little squares. Do you remember them? It had those, and like he's yelling at her on the stairs. He's like, "Were they yours to open, you stupid bitch?" And it stayed with me for like over 20 years at this point. He's so funny. And he's a nurse and he travels around. He was in New York. He said, basically, if you see where I'm going on my Instagram, that means that Corona's going to hit there hard. And first he went to New York, and now he's in like a reservation in Arizona or New Mexico, doing really good work. So thank you, Dan, if you're listening.
Yes. Thank you, Dan. We thank you to everybody on the fucking front lines.
Thank
we
you.
Can't thank you enough. And
Deep friends of the pod.
Yeah. Definite deep salute to all of you. This message is from Andy. Hello, Alex, you a question. Willam, you give me an answer and dip down in that answer jar. I am a queer therapist who mostly works with queer people on a variety of lifestyle, mental health, relationship, and social needs. I was also a BetterHelp licensed professional for some time, and I'm happy to always hear you promote the product. There has been a recent push to include more diversity in the counseling profession in order to provide more culturally competent counseling for people seeking services. The rationale is that a person with the lived experience of an underrepresented individual can better relate to that person and better affirm their journey. My question is, do you believe that queer people should make the same consideration and work with queer therapists? If you were seeking services, would you want to know up front that the person is queer? Many therapists claim to be allies, but truly have no idea what that means beyond not being hateful. Please help settle this debate amongst my professional peers. And since I am always sex positive, enjoy this candid of my cock.
Where's the candid cock dip?
I'm gonna text it to you. I realized that I didn't move it on to the.
We're not answering until we see the cock.
Okay.
Please hold.
You can send it through somehow, can't you? Well,
I'm
listen.
gonna send it through right now.
Come through.
I prefer everybody in my life to be fucking queer as fuck. I prefer my doctors, my fucking lawyers, my tax person,
Hey, Daddy Don.
I prefer that, and I don't know if that's discrimination. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think I've spoken with like a straight counselor at one point in my life, like in college. But if I had the choice to have like a queer therapist, I would probably choose that option. What about you?
I went to counseling once with Bruce, and both of us hated it, but we had sex when we got home. The counselor wasn't queer, and there were like some. I feel like there was like a shorthand that we had that she didn't get about some stuff.
Of course,
like I casually said fag, and I remember her reaction was like she didn't say anything, but her reaction was adverse. And I was talking to Bruce about it, and like
adverse.
It was one of those things where I was just like, this wouldn't happen if this was like, you know, a like-minded thing. But I definitely think that experience should inform someone's thought, but I think I don't know enough about this to talk about it.
I wouldn't discriminate against. I believe that, you know, a straight counselor is capable, but I know I would be more comfortable just because, like you said, we have a language, you know, that not everybody understands off the bat. But
we have a familiar tongue, if you will, and that tongue could be firmly planted on Andy's Drick because it is.
Oh, there it is.
A head like a plum, or a pluet, maybe a pluet, some sort of pitted stone fruit of
stone fruit.
A stone fruit. There's heavy veining, bringing to mind Carrara marble.
It is poking through a slit in the boxers and the shorts, it seems, and gripped firmly with a stern fist.
Kung Fu Tyson grip.
And I think there's a steering wheel, which it leads me to believe that this picture was taken in a car.
And it also leads me to believe that you should probably clean your steering wheel if you're a pre-cum. You want to get a good grip on that steering wheel. And the pre-cum makes it all slippery.
Sometimes, you know, the vibration of the car ride just gets things going, and obviously this happened.
Do not put that in the phone jack.
Oh, he's driving a stick shift. Oh, okay. All right,
sure.
now it all makes sense.
Yeah,
it's a standard.
I'm going to take this next question. This is from Fur. Hello, Alaska Burr. Will, I'm not. Will, I am. And Dig Beeper. Okay. Greetings from the land of Brooklyn Heights, Jackie Cox, and Celine Dion. Longtime listener here, first-time dick sharer. The dick you see is not mine, and that's why I'm writing to you today. Yes, there was consent. Thank you for asking. I have a friend, in quotes, who is very handsome and has a beautiful, big, and hard-muscled body. The go-go boy kind, just the type Alison Mosey would kill to have at one of her auditions.
Oh, wow.
Who also has an equally beautiful, big, and hard cock, long and thick, with a very particular fetish that I wanted to share with you and get your take as expert dick critics. Before we move on, I'd like you to both take a minute to describe the member in question before reading the rest of this message. Photo attached.
All right. Okay. Well, it takes up almost the whole page. It's a high-resolution picture.
It's one of those leaning towers of penis because it's a leaner, and it looks like he might be a left-hander because it's going off to the right, and it looks like he was steering it to the left his whole life, so the top just went the other way a little bit. It's thicker than in the middle than the ends, and you know that part where you can see a vampire go from human to vampire because you see all the blood in their neck like start to vein up? It's these kind of veins. It's immaculate. It's beautiful. His pubes are trimmed. His arm hair is also trimmed. He's a specimen. Balls, I cannot account for. I see one, but there may be two.
After describing, he goes on to say, though he is a top with no interest in having his ass played with, unfortunately, he is also a sub-cocksucker who loves to worship my cock for hours on end, not only because I do have a beautiful thick cock that hits all the right spots and brings all the milkshakes to the yard, boys included, but also because he gets off on worshiping cocks, Big Dipper. Are your ears perking up? He gets off on worshiping cocks better looking than his own. He truly does not think that his cock is appealing at all. Pause for gasp. Furthermore, he gets extremely turned on when he hears guys criticizing his cock in colorful details, and often texts me out of the blue asking for me to describe in a 500 words or more essay how much I think his cock is, for better of a better term, fucking ugly. Would you like to read on?
I was puzzled upon realizing that this is indeed a fetish after many texts of him casually moving the conversation from how beautiful my member is to how disgustingly awful his member is. And I'm sometimes conflicted when talking shit about the third arm he carries between his legs because I do not find that to be ugly. I mean, it is also not the prettiest one out there, but I've certainly seen worse, way worse. I know guys that would kill to stick that dick in all their orifices over and over again. His cock is big and thick, and
Sorry,
the only
Mom.
little unique thing is that the gland is not straight. But again, who is? I've recently heard from him that he hates his cock. I wonder if this fetish comes from some sort of trauma and if it's worth to play along with it solely for his own equipment, or should I try to turn the conversation to something more positive? Apart from getting horny when hearing the critics' curses and cunning commentaries about his cock-a-doodle-doo, he is also into getting exposed, meaning having his naked pictures leaked online or to people that might recognize him, because he wants to come across such commentaries and hear from strangers what they think of his cock. Mind you, he will be listening to this podcast and will be extremely frustrated not to hear from Willam using very descriptive language regarding all the ugliness of the member in question. I would love to get your take on this kind of fetish, but also request that you make the most of how important the platform is that you both have and explain in details to all your listeners worldwide how fucking ugly this cock is. Perhaps this way I won't ever have to. That's just a lot of work for a fucking blowjob. All comments from the bottom of your hearts will be very appreciated. Feel free to be as creative as you want. Big Deeper, feel free to join in. It would mean the world to my friend. Thank you, ladies. Sending love from Canada. All the best. Fur.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Here's the thing. This is something that you guys agreed to do.
Yeah.
I'm not agreeing to do it, especially if you want me to lie, because I'm not gonna lie. Especially if he's not fucking me. If he was fucking me, I'd play along. Yeah, daddy. Oh my God, so ugly. Get it out of my face. But I'm not going to do that here.
Yeah.
You're not paying
I
me like
mean,
BetterHelp and Helix, honey.
Listen, I mean, I'm not yucking your yums. I say go for it. Like,
Yeah.
if this is what turns you on, like, fierce, like, live, get it, work. I mean,
the head's a little big, but
now she's playing along.
I had to scroll back up.
Have
Hey,
either of you?
It was page up. It wasn't an arrow, just page up. So big.
What'd you say, Big Dipper?
No, you can hear me. Have either of you encountered a fetish with a sexual partner that you weren't into, but they really wanted you to participate in?
Yeah. All the time.
Like what? The dog guy?
How dare you? Just because he stuck a front line in my ass does not mean I participated. No, the front line was for my protection, really. Honestly, I definitely have had sex in drag, and it's not something that turns me on, but the quality of guy I get in drag is usually
different.
better. Yes, it's different than what I would get out of drag, and I'm fine with that, for sure. Like if they like me in long hair, I'll put on the long hair. One guy wanted me to wear a short brown wig, and I said, "You take your business elsewhere." He said, "Like you just came from the gym," and I was like, "Honey, do you want a cheerleader at the game or cheerleader at practice?"
Oh.
Yeah, like gym.
Send him to Aiden Zane's house. I mean, he would just come as soon as he walked in the door.
Oh my gosh.
No, human sexuality is a wide and varied cornucopia of variety.
Corn is the enemy of all bottoms.
So we say I will not partake in criticizing your fucking hideous, heinous cock. I just won't do it.
Until you fuck me.
There, look at me participating. Okay.
We
thank
would
you
like
so much.
Yes. The
for
thanks.
listening.
The thanks is enormous.
Thank you for coming on our show. That's what Wendy Williams said to Omarosa. Do you remember?
Did she say our show?
No, because she said my show. But
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
I
Omarosa
wouldn't.
interview was so uncomfortable. I remember watching it, and it was just like,
it
was a face-off. It wasn't an interview for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see you didn't take your face off. Now, are these individual Swarovskis, or are they Preciosa stones around your eyes?
Yes, individual Swarovskis, also individual lashes, which I know it's hard to believe because they're so thick, full, and verdant.
And I see you use those Kitty Cat Eye Corner House Labs wingtips as lashes. That was very creative. Very, very creative.
Because, honey, we are in Chromatica right now. It's Chromatica land. Let the faggots rain.
God is a gaga.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening to Hot Goss. And if you want us to talk about any questions you might have, you can email racechaserpodcast@gmail.com. And good questions and nudity get priority.
We also have really exciting bonus video content available on patreon.com/Willam. You just sign up to be a patron, support the divas, and we just posted a behind-the-scenes video of us getting ready for the Queer Teas, and you can search it using #RaceChaser, and you can watch the videos a la carte, however
I remember when
many
we went our
times you
Queer
want.
Tea. What a blessed night. And don't forget to get your tickets for Lady Bunny in Cuntagious. And you can visit vossevents.com, and the show will be on demand June 5th for $9.99.
Love it.
Support Lady Bunny. She is a treasure. Even if you don't agree with her, just buy it and put it on mute. You can tell your kids it's a wildlife video.
Also, we have a very exciting moment coming up June 1st. It's our live stream season 12 finale. You can join in on the fun and be part of the podcasting experience. Just go to racechasertickets.com, and that's happening at 6 p.m. on June 1st. Very exciting. And the tickets for that event benefit Project Q here in Los Angeles.
You can
so we'll see you
follow
there.
us. Yeah, see you there. The Instagram has all the links for Bunny stuff and my stuff, and for George Floyd's info too for those causes. And follow us on Instagram @Willam, @TheOnlyAlaska5000, and Race Chaser Pod. And we will be back next week
with more
piping,
steaming, scalding, boiling,
hot
Hot Goss is a Forever Dog podcast.
Produced by Big Dipper.
Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. Mixed and mastered by Will Pitts.
Our theme song is graciously provided by ATF Enterprises.
This Goss is hot.